If you are broke, you should not be dating.
The only time having a boyfriend is worth it is when he is able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it.
When it comes to dating, money goes first, love goes second.
If dating for love isn't working out for you, date for money.
What do you need from a man who you're gonna take seriously?
Money!
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months you are paying my bill, and if you're not, bye-bye.
What makes a guy instantly unattractive?
If they're broke.
Well, these men love to say, and what do you bring to the table? Honey, there is no table for us to sit at. You have no money to buy the table. We're sitting on the ground. So rather ask, what do you bring to the ground?
What do you bring to the ground? And this is the reality of dating nowadays. Money brings you to the starting line, just to participate.
What would you want his income to be? If you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, like what kind of range would his income be?
Like 300,000. Like, I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work.
Right.
$500,000? Is that bad?
Ideally, my husband needs to be making like $650,000.
Everyone is entitled to their wants and needs, but some women have unrealistic expectations, even on a first date.
Where should a man take you for a first date?
The most expensive place ever.
Take me to the Louis Vuitton store.
Yeah, take me
Louis
to
Vuitton?
No, Chanel. $10,000 bag. Let's get it.
Even with an engagement ring. A lot of women will want a man to break the bank to get them a ring because it somehow shows commitment.
How much do you think a guy should spend on an engagement ring?
I think $20K. $50K.
I think 10 times their salary.
Yeah, it has to be in like the 6 digits for sure.
I'd say at least like $100K.
Yeah.
I definitely want a huge rock, so I'm gonna guess that it probably costs about at least like $500,000.
Can you imagine spending that amount of money on an engagement ring, and at some point down the line she divorces you, which in the United States happens to 50% of marriages? Now, one of the major causes of divorce is financial issues, so God forbid you fall on your face during the relationship, say goodbye to your marriage.
So you left your husband because he went through a little financial struggle.
And did.
At any point in time, did you feel that love should have kept you there?
I feel like he didn't love me because if he did, he wouldn't have went through a financial struggle. A man that loves a woman don't go through hard times.
I don't think that any man predicts or plans to have a financial struggle.
They make a way.
Now, when you hear a woman say how much it costs for her simple maintenance, you understand why men tend to opt out of the situation completely. Fully providing for a woman and your family is simply not plausible for most men in our modern world. So the best thing would be to collaborate efforts for the betterment of the household, right? Well, they do not want to do that either.
Going 50-50 with a man in a healthy relationship doesn't exist.
At the end of the day, 50-50 is a roommate, not a love match.
So no, I'm not going 50-50 on a man with a man for no bills. It's not happening.
Should a man pay for everything when it comes to the woman he's courting and the woman he wants to marry and be the mother of his children? Absolutely.
They need to be paying all bills, period. Or else you're still on the market, which means you're still available to date other men.
Yo, I would rather work 2 jobs if I have to than be in a relationship with someone who I have to go 50-50 with.
I'm already doing 100% perfectly fine by myself.
Exactly. So if you want to come into my life and get my time and get my effort and my energy, you need to be offering something.
It's not right for a man to take you off the market and you still working and paying bills. Because what if there's a man out there that wants to pay your bills and wants to date you, but you're passing it up because you're being exclusive with a Dusty?
Because if I can pay my full rent by myself, I don't need nobody to come in and move with me and pay half.
Okay, so this is why I tell women to continue to date and keep your options open if you're not satisfied financially in the current relationship.
This article published by Investopedia on September 4th, 2024, revealed that the American dream now costs $4.4 million. The average woman with a bachelor's degree earned $2.4 million, while men earn $3.3 million. This shows that on average, it is becoming increasingly difficult for either gender to solely support themselves. So if all these women want a provider man that will pay all their bills, Obviously, we are going to have more single women than we would like, which is currently being projected.
A few years ago, you had Morgan Stanley, the investment bankers, put out a report that forecasts that 45% of prime working age women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless by 2030, the largest share in history. And it's not entirely obvious to me that this is in women's best interests. I mean, I'm pretty libertarian in my sensibilities about, freedom of choice for whatever someone wants to do with their life. But it seems to me like you can see the kind of corporate interest in opening up more worker drones for 60-hour work weeks. The workplace now, women are crushing it. It's a brain-based economy rather than a brawn-based economy. So that seems to be in their interests.
Personally, if I tried to give a woman the soft life that's often portrayed on social media, I'd go broke in no time. And honestly, she'd probably leave me anyway once the money ran out. Listen to how much a woman spends on their self-care day, and I emphasize self-care.
Women go and do restocks on their self-care days. It's gonna run you about $200. It's gonna run you about $200, depending on what perfume you get. Self-care days, women go shopping.
All right.
We do.
So
one outfit in Atlanta on the cheap side costs you $150, and that's not including shoes.
Now, wait a minute. I'm gonna put that down, but y'all be going to these boutiques.
Now, just from my calculations, that's $1,600 spent in one day, and let's just say she does 4 of these self-care days for the month. That would add up to $6,400 spent on her. I mean, come on, bro. As I alluded to before, the high standards women have, even early on in the relationship, like when you're just getting to know each other, is overwhelming. And I think this last clip really shows what is upon society. Depressed people.
I do not accept a coffee or a walk as a possible date option, and neither should you. First of all, I'm not a dog that needs to be walked. Second, I have an espresso machine at home, works fabulous. We're not doing drinks either. You're gonna try to get me drunk and take me back home. No. We are doing dinner. You're gonna pick me up. We're gonna come to the restaurant. We're gonna see your table manners. We're just gonna, study you a bit.
I started the egg freezing process. I did some preliminary tests, which showed that my egg count is really low. The doctors did tell me that might affect my fertility. My eggs are high quality, but there's just not a lot of them. It's just so sad.